Hello, welcome back to my channel, Joy Plans. Today I'm using the Scholar Society kit, which is Sadie Piper Designs art, and I am using a printable version from Pink Planner Shop, and I'm pairing it with this gorgeous burnt senna. I think that's how you say it, S-E-N-N-A, senna, foil from Plan With Me stickers. I originally was going to maybe pair this with like a combo of the burnt senna foil and then the rainforest green foil from Plan With Me stickers, but I decided to just go all in with this orange because it's so gorgeous. I got the stars underlays and then I kind of made my own foil bundle. I feel like this is a really perfect fall orange color. It is not too bright of an orange. It's more of the deeper shade of orange, and it kind of mixes with the like caramel color really well. And I've just been really loving it. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it mixes with the caramel. It just like is just a richer orange color. Anyways, nonetheless, I have a couple underlays. No, I have a couple overlays in this burnt senna color. I have kind of like a positive quotes one and then a fall one. So I'm mostly bringing in the positive quotes because this week was teacher work week. This was when we were back at school. Actually, no, last week we had gone back for teacher work week. I forgot. Chick Flick, if you watched that Plan With Me from last week, that was my first week back to school, technically. And then this was like full gear back to school. It was when Meet the Teacher happened and all the classroom prep. You can see later when I show you the final spread, but I worked late every single day this week. I mean, my husband even came in for 2 of those days. And I was at school till at least 7 p.m. every day. I had one of my coworkers stayed at school till 11 p.m. one day. It was just bonkers. It was just bonkers. There's just so much that goes into back to school. And like, if you are someone that likes to make your classroom like extra, then that involves even more time. But yeah, like I talked about last week, moving classrooms was just an ordeal. And then we got a ton of new technology, which is so great. I'm very grateful and thankful. However, my district and like my school doesn't have anybody to support that new technology. Like we had no idea it was coming and got like no communication till they were setting it all up in our room. And then there was nobody to like help. And I was fine because I've used a lot of these systems and everything in public school. And like I have my master's in technology education, like I'm good. But a lot of people at my school are like older and they just started using smart boards last year. I shouldn't say a lot of them are older because there's a good group that is younger, but because this is just like a big new technology shift for the school, they just had no supports in place and kind of set everybody up for failure. So I like kind of took on a tech lead role, which I've done at my other schools, but it was paid and it was like very structured and guided and clear expectations. But I just felt really bad for new and old teachers alike. I shouldn't say old, like veteran teachers alike, because they just set people up for failure. And I, being like an Enneagram 2 helper, really wanted to help people, like especially if they were new to the district, because I just didn't want this to be the bad impression, because there's already just so much stress. But yeah, I just felt really bad and it felt really heavy this week because of that. And there's only so much I can do. And like my husband's like, you are not getting paid extra. Like as much as you want to help, like you got to set up your own boundaries. And he is right. But it was definitely hard. And I feel like this week it was just like, yeah, lots of long days setting up just my own space, but then just taking on other people's emotions, which if you are like that, you know, is really draining. But nonetheless, Monday, I got to send out my like meet the teacher email saying like, hi, I'm your child's teacher, and like attach a little bio. And that is like the most nerve-wracking but fun day, because then you get a flood. Well, not everybody, but I got a flood of parent responses that were just really kind. And thankfully, since it's not my first year there, a lot of their kids, recognized me or like requested and wanted me. So it was really encouraging, and that definitely helped. And then Thursday was meet the teacher, so they all got to come in, drop off their school supplies. However, like nobody brought school supplies. That's a different struggle. And yeah, just see the classroom, and that was really fun because I'd been working so hard in the classroom, and hear a lot of like positive feedback, and parents were really cute and like awestruck even. They're like taking videos to send to grandparents, and it was really cute. So it made me feel special, and that really helped. And it just makes it all worth it. It's for the kids, and for the parents to feel like they're sending their child, to a place that they can visualize, and a place that they feel like their kid can be safe and special in. And yeah, so that was really great. And I think I'm going to have a really fun and cute group this year. So I'm super pumped. I will go back to the spread here really quick and say that I felt like such a pro with this sidebar. Like, oh my goodness, I've watched people do this, and I'm like, I have an extra overlay. I am going to cut it to be in like overlay on the sidebar, and the spacing worked out flawlessly. And there is no better feeling than that. That was just such a sticker win. So I don't know how it worked out, but I got to remember the spacing and try it again someday. But it worked out great, and I'm so happy. You will also see that I did my favorite DIY date covers with the McPlans scripts, like days of the week scripts and date dots. I have them both in the clear and the white background. I definitely could have done the white background for this, but I did clear because I choose font 1, and that's pretty bold. And then on the sidebar, the August and September that I cut off because it's a transition week, is also from the McPlans like monthly samplers. I just chose the same font, and then I just cut September a little bit and then added a little star, which is from her days of the week, or her date number sampler. For this, and then the sidebar, the Hello September, is also from the September monthly script sampler, which I just freaking love that monthly script sampler. It's my favorite. And then Little Pumpkin Girl is also from McPlans from last year. She does have all of her fall stickers out, and she just released her September releases, and that was just a lot of good, kind of like so many different categories releases. You should definitely check that out. And then for her October release, it's going to be Christmas, so be ready. I'm super excited. And then I also always have my PR codes linked down below. It's Gen 15 for both Plan with B stickers and for McPlans. And their shops are linked. But this is also a big week because I did my deco on the side. I've never done that, but I know people with inserts, they do that. And I just felt like these boxes felt extra tall this week, and the deco felt extra large. So I just knew it wasn't going to fit. So I decided to try it out, and I kind of like it. I don't know if I will do it every week, but I will definitely do it again. And one thing I did love is before I cut up the middle to separate it back to being 2 pieces, it was so nice to have them just as like one unit together. It was so much easier to keep it straight. So, yeah, that was really nice, and made me wish that like whenever I do this in the future, I'm going to do deco like right away to line them all up. So that was kind of funny. I know that this kit is supposed to be kind of like college centered, which I love. Love the variety, but I just love the colors so much, and felt like it still worked for like back to school vibes, just for like a teacher work week and everything too. I love this sweatshirt that is on, Thursday? It says, "Sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to be here." And I ironically put it on the like meet the teacher date, which is not the day that I would say represented, but there's a lot of like teacher meetings and stuff like that, that just like that sweatshirt would totally fit. And I love the sass. So, yeah, I just had to include it as a full box. So it didn't necessarily represent teacher, like meet the teacher day, but definitely represented my feelings for this week. Then I'm just adding the like burnt senna corners to different boxes that maybe don't have quotes and whatnot. I think I ended up only putting, like 2 quotes? Okay, I only did the 2 quotes in the burnt senna, and then the little teacher quote, which is a leftover from Planner Choco from back to school last year, I believe, and it's just in gold, so it just kind of flows with the kit, in my personal opinion. I did I feel like coming back from my trip and then starting school and like school just being so crazy hectic, I am just kind of like constantly behind on planning and whatnot. And I did not get to plan this spread until the Monday or Tuesday of this week. And it's like a blur. I'm filming this voiceover on Sunday of this week that you're watching, but I honestly can't even remember. That's the kind of week it's been. And yeah, so I started planning, I think Monday and maybe part of Tuesday when you are kind of seeing. So you get a little extra this week, which I thought might be kind of fun since you don't typically get to see, you just typically see my bases. You don't see any of me putting down any other stickers. So let me know if you like that. If you like longer videos, I never know. I feel like I go back and forth on like longer, shorter videos, but I am also somebody that I watch everything at like 1.5 or like 1.75 speed. And I know that maybe is weird, but let me know if you do the same. Yeah, my husband always like makes fun of me because he hears me like watching YouTube and it's like blah, 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 blah. But that is honestly like how my brain functions, and I just I like to get as much content in me as possible, and I'm like times 2 speed, that's too fast. Like that I'm not getting the content, but I can typically do 1.5 or 1.75. So it's not because I don't love any of you or any of your YouTube videos, because I do it with my audiobooks and I do it with instructional videos, like for work, anything. Everything is that speed. So let me know if you're in the same boat, but I don't mind longer videos because I do that sped up. But anyways, that was like such a long tangent. My school scripts are McPlans, of course. And that little Meet the Teacher is from the school sampler, which is also McPlans. And then the backpacks are from Carly Plans. I color coordinated them, of course, and it looks so cute. And then the little crayon sticker is or the crayon doodle is from McPlans. In her like school supplies sampler. So here I put Meet the Teacher on the sidebar, and I was like, you know what? I really like, after Monday had existed and I had sent out my Meet the Teacher email and I had gotten just like overwhelming responses. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to mark that as something on Monday because it was a really significant part of Monday. Like I said, I worked late every single day. So like 75% of my like day was at school, if not longer, like 80%, because I would basically come home, maybe work on a couple school things and crash. Sometimes I would get to watch a couple episodes of Only Murders in the Building, which has been my husband and I's favorite current show. We got recommended it from like many people, and we're like, we're not really like murder show people, but it's not. And let me know if you watch that show. We are just starting season 2 as a reference. But yeah, we've been really hooked and it's cool. Martin Short is in that movie, and before we even started, I'm like, Martin Short, not my favorite. And my husband's like, why? And I'm like, because he played Jack Frost in Santa Claus 3 and just like did not like him. And that was, like how many years ago, and I'm still holding a grudge. So I got over it. He's now a fantastic character and I totally don't mind him as an actor, but I just thought that was like funny that I just apparently was holding this grudge against him. Anyways, back to my plans for this week. So, school, meet the teacher, work late, which is a custom for McPlans because that is just something that I do a lot, especially in the bookmarks of the year. Like the beginning and the end of the year, I work late a lot. I'm trying to have a better balance this year, but the beginning of the year, there is no balance. So, when I came home, I ordered some stickers that I'd had my cart loaded for a while. I played with Sadie, and because I had felt bad that I've neglected her so much, so I went out in the yard and played with her. And then what else did I do? I don't even remember because I can't even see. But yeah, and then I'm marking with that terribly crooked box that my husband came and helped me at school this day. I needed him to come and I brought a printer, my parents had an old printer that they weren't using anymore. And so I needed it at school because our printer at school, is not hooked up to any of our computers. It's part of all the technology problems. So I had him come and hook it up, and he's really good at making all the wires really clean because the tech was just chaotic in my room. So he came through and did all of that, which was super helpful. And then I put him to work with some other school stuff. And then we stayed super late, so we ended up grabbing Chipotle on the way home. So that's that pig with the taco. And I have a Chipotle script coming soon for McPlans. And then he also came on Wednesday, which you won't see marked right here, but you'll see it at the end. And then we got Mod Pizza afterwards because those are our two favorite places to go to. But yeah, I think I'm just laying down all the boxes to get myself all set up. But thank you so much for watching. Sorry if this voiceover was a little chaotic, but I appreciate all of your support. Oh yeah, I got to do some planning time. So I did do my spread on Tuesday. Oh, that was too much. I personally love being pre-planned and not planning the week I'm currently living. So that was nice to do a catch up. But let's skip to the end to see the final spread. I am super excited for how this all turned out, and I am excited to show you. All right, here is my finished spread. You can catch some of that burnt senna foil. There it is in all of its glory. This was a really busy week. We had meet the teacher, lots of stress, back to school stress and school stress, everything. But I am kind of loving this deco on the side, or this middle part, something different. I'm loving all of the font one, and this little star underlay looks really cute, so I'm happy with how the spread turned out. And yeah, I feel like this week my husband and I watched a lot of Only Murders in the Building, which if you watch that show, let me know. But I feel like we watched that almost every single night as a decompression of the day. But that is the finished spread. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye everyone.